Well, I'm back with another brisket because the only way to get better is to keep doing this thing over and over again. Plus, it gives you the chance to change maybe one or two things max to see what may or may not improve your last cook. And that's where I'm at, and that's why I'm back with a 12-pound USDA Prime Packer, trimmed up like before, Chud's great, with the same pickle juice and mustard slather binder, but this time using a 2-to-1 pepper to kosher salt ratio. No 16 mesh, just a lot of fresh ground black pepper to see if this will maximize the bark. And of course, like before, I'm wrapping it in plastic wrap and keeping it in the fridge overnight so those salt molecules can break down, penetrate the meat, and help retain moisture. Brisket going on here about 2 p.m., fat side up, point towards the fire, and probe in the thickest part of the flat. Now I gotta be honest, I did have some dips in temperature because I was quite distracted installing a backup camera in one of my trucks. Nevertheless, here we are about 6 hours in. As you can see, she's looking real nice. Around about 12 hours in, the brisket was barely out of the stall, but the bark had set, the color was looking fantastic, and had definitely pushed out a lot of moisture. And I would like to have pushed a little longer, but it was 1:30 in the morning and I was exhausted. So with a little added tallow, I went to wrapping. And as I've said before, this thing ain't taking any more smoke once it's wrapped, so it's going in the oven, but this time at a lower temp, about 235, so I can get some sleep. Just after 7 a.m., the internal temp finally crested over 200 degrees, so I got to probing. And I gotta say, there's gotta be a better way to do this. Probing through this paper ain't easy, and this might be why I try the boat method next time. What I could tell though, once I broke through the paper, she was probe tender around 203 to 205 degrees internal. So on the counter she went for about 2 hours until the temperature dropped into the low 160s, then into my recalibrated oven, running just below 170, where it sat, with one off and on cycle for roughly 9 hours. You know, these long rests in the oven help to continue the breakdown of fat and even provide a little forgiveness if you overcook it. Ask Bradley Robinson and he'll tell you the same thing. Now remember, Aaron Franklin recommends slicing brisket when it's cooled down to an internal temperature of about 145 degrees.
In the middle, see where we're at.
Look at that. The bark, as you can tell on this thing, is great, and the flat was moist. It held up to the bend and pull test, and it definitely had more of a peppery forward flavor. But this time it lacked that sticky sugar cookie sweetness. I don't know if that sugar cookie flavor is a unicorn or just masked by the extra pepper here. I don't know, but I do know it comes from the fat being perfectly rendered, so I'm not sure that the extra pepper is bad. I just may have to try this again. That being said, though, this brisket was still fantastic. And for all those who keep asking me, should I remove the baffle? By all means, yes. Goodbye, crusty bottom. Hello, beautiful bark. That's my video. See you next time.